Maintaining a perfect lawn is not for the weak. Your reputation, nay, your family name is on the line. So here's to those who put in the early mornings, to those who prepare in the off-season, and those who consider it a downright sport. We salute you. So trim with precision, stripe with abandon, because it's your day. It's Mow Day.
It's on like Donkey Kong, boys. What'd you say? You need a pickup truck? You want to buy one? Well, hey, come on down here to George Kelly, okay? He's got GMC, he's got Chevrolet. You know, I'll fix you right up. Look, here's what we're gonna do. Yo, no, that's too much. No, you're quoting figures that are too high. I'm gonna go lower than that. Open your ears, take the truck and drive off the lot. Stamp approved, boys. Move out. Hey, Elliot, I just sold one.
GMC, we are professional grade.
Well, we welcome you to Rivercrest, Wilson, Arkansas on I-55 north as we came, and it's Newport and Rivercrest on what should be an outstanding football game tonight. Beautiful facility, our first time here, and let me say this, it shall be an explosive football game tonight. This is not going to be a defensive battle. We expect both of these teams to put points on the board. Josh Nation, Ben Black, Hayden.
White River Health has a number of locations to meet both your primary
Hayden Schultz, I'll start with you. Let's talk a little bit about what we're going to see offensively. It should be an up and down football game tonight.
Yeah, I definitely think that both offenses or offensive coordinators have got, the whole playbook open tonight. I mean, obviously last year, one of those games at Newport where it just seemed like which defense was going to make a stop late. Obviously, Rivercrest throws a deep bomb to Buda Harris, who's still back for the Colts, and they go up and score, and the two-point conversion is good. So I expect the same type of game, a 50, a 40, high 40s game. David, we talked about it. I really think this, and this is no slouch to either team, but I think it's which defense is not going to be as good.
Right.
Because both offenses are so explosive. You talk about the Hounds, who kind of went to a totally different set, running that I form, running that offset I against Piggott. Obviously had a lot of success against it. So we'll see what the Hounds can do tonight, because we really don't know what offense we can run because we got so many weapons, and we'll see tonight what the Hound offense can do.
Well, you take a football team in Rivercrest, they're 2-2 on the year. They got beat by Gosnell 40-30. Then they beat EPC, a great EPC team, 48-46. Forest City came back and scored with less than 30 seconds to go in the game to win 58-56 a couple of weeks ago, and then beat Harrisburg last week 54-20. Ben, the Hounds have got to match these guys score for score.
Oh, well, like you said, Dave, we're going to be a shootout more than likely, like it was last year. And, hey, we just get excited to be here at Rivercrest, and haven't got to see the new stadium yet, so excited about that. But good night for Friday Night Football, David.
Well, here's the thing, Dave, before you go into that, you talk about this Rivercrest team and how they can score. They gave up 41 points a game when you look at it on paper. Now, obviously, that they hold Harrisburg to 20, but giving up 58, 40, and 46 in the other three games. So this is, obviously they want to score, and sometimes it looks like they just want the ball. They don't care about playing defense at times is what it looks like.
Originally when those teams up in the hills, and I'm talking about up in northwest Arkansas, those teams, the Greenwoods and so on, they always said we want to score as quick as we can. We don't defense let them score because we want the football back. We'll outscore you, and that's just what these guys are going to try to do here also. Game brought to you by George Kell Motor Company, the Jackson's Funeral Home, Arkansas Steel Associates, and White River Health. And we're excited to bring it to you on Cable 15 TV on Facebook. We're also on YouTube at Newport Cable 15 TV. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Hope you enjoy the broadcast. It ought to be a dandy. What a beautiful night for football. The moon is shining brightly on us right here. Absolutely gorgeous lights here in a gorgeous field. And thanks to Danny Graham and all his staff for doing what they did for us to help us get on the air tonight. Thank you very much. We are underway.
First Community Bank kickoff where Community comes first, and just a squibber. It's going to be marked at the 36-yard line, so it'll be there. 1st and 10 for the Colts. I believe the Hounds won the toss, Dave, and elected to defer, correct?
That is correct.
We'll get to see this Rivercrest Colt offense. Obviously, you talk about the athletes, but up front, they got some big guys. So we'll see what our defensive line and what kind of pressure we try to apply. Luke Reynolds at free safety tonight. I knew it was something that we might see later on. It's a game where, conference championships on the line when you play against these guys, and I expect a lot of their guys going both ways as well.
There go 2 guys at the bottom of the screen. That's Buddha. And this kid can play.
Yeah, Jaden Robinson along with Greer down here and right there. He's going to be brought down by Luke Reynolds. Give him 4, maybe 5 on the play.
Yeah, just a good job by Luke coming up there and filling the hole. Buddha Harris down here. Not necessarily drawing double coverage, but we've got a man over here to help if we need him.
And Travion Greer over here helping him, as we said. And Jay Grady, Destin Jackson, Ivan Gonzalez. And quarterback once again up the middle and breaks the tackle. Now trying to bounce outside, and he's got a little bit of room as Greer is going to jump on him, and he's going to be brought down inside the 20-yard line. Back-to-back plays there where the quarterback just calls his own number.
Yeah, he just kind of took a step back and read the hole and found some green grass and took off, Hayden.
That's a lot of their offense is the quarterback and obviously Buddha Harris. And when you draw double coverage like that, your box gets a little empty. And, these other guys, as far as they're keeping it tight, but you have to honor, Buddha Harris. You can't leave him one-on-one coverage. So we'll see if they keep with 5 on the ground here for the Colts.
That's Jaden Young, and he's a dandy.
They do keep it on the ground. Going to be brought down around the 11-yard line. Ivan Gonzalez on the tackle. And Colts quick and in a hurry here, marching into Greyhound territory.
Yeah, we played a little over a minute, and the Crest nearing the goal line.
Quarterback calls his own number. Great job there by Luke Sampson coming off the edge and making that tackle. Looks like he's going to be a little shy as he's inside the 10 to the 9. Looks like 3rd down and 1 here.
Yeah, great job there by Sampson. Also Trey Henderson in there with some action.
Expect 5 to carry the football again. Here comes motion man. Long count, Hounds don't fall. Now switch, and I think anytime you see that H-back and tailback on the same side, it's just quarterback direct, and that's what they do. And breaks a couple tackles and walks in the end zone. Touchdown Colts. Nothing fancy there, Dave. You can see they're just trying to get leverage on a 9-yard touchdown run. Getting the H-back, getting the tailback on the same side, quarterback direct snap, and just following those guys in the end zone.
Yeah, they loaded up over there, and like you said, you're just trying to create a mismatch, and had some success on this opening drive, but we knew that these guys could run the football, knew that they could score the football, so ready to see these Hounds get this football and do the same thing, Hayden.
As we await the extra point, but we don't have the kicker coming on the field now.
Not surprised that these guys come out and just offensively, they're just dynamite, and so are the Hounds.
Got one of those toe kickers. I like it. Looks like the Hounds jumped off. And I always said that about kicking extra points, and y'all make fun of me. I've never understood why high school kickers try to do the extra 3 and then step to the side. When you can put on a boot like that, I mean, it's a steel toe boot, and all you got to do is take one step and boot it through the uprights. I love it. It used to, the Hounds did it years and years ago. It'd be your right guard doing it. Big old kid, and he just toe punch it right through.
My good friend Brad Davidson in the white hat tonight. Got to visit with Brad before the game, and always a pleasure to be at a ball game that he is working.
Good snap, hold, kick is up and is good. And the Colts lead 7-0 with 9:58 to go in the first.
Well, Ben, I don't think anything that we didn't expect. I mean, you say, hey, these guys just line up, do what they do, and they put points on the board.
Absolutely, Dave. I mean, it's going to come down to what defense can make a stop. And obviously Rivercrest, nothing fancy there. Didn't even throw the football, kept it on the ground. I think, guys, as far as when you have a road trip coming to Wilson, Arkansas, getting settled in, got some new guys out there. I mean, Greer hadn't played defense. Luke Reynolds hadn't played a whole lot of defense. These guys, getting accustomed to that. I expect them to settle in. Coach Carpenter does a wonderful job working that defense. Love his enthusiasm. He'll get things dialed up here for the Hounds.
Well, another First Community Bank kickoff coming right up, this time for the Colts and the Hounds to receive. And we always say, regardless of how good your offense is, you want to get great field position to start, especially after you give up an opening drive for a touchdown. We need good field position here. This game's not going to end 7-0, I can assure you.
Colts boot this one away. It looks like Tavares Hardaway to field it around the 13-yard line, looking for a return. And Tavares, good move, and he's going to be brought down near the 25-yard line, and the Hounds will set up shop there.
It's a good return there by Hardaway. Just want to remind everybody that got a shout out, a happy 18th birthday to Jazzy Wren. She turns 18 today. Happy birthday, Jazzy.
We'll try to get this Hound offensive line named as we can. Of course, Mello Ellis at the center position, Boosie Hardaway at a guard, Wesley Giesland at a tackle, and I formation, and go Greer. Greer right up the middle now trying to bounce outside, and Greer's going to be brought down right around the 29-yard line. Give him 4 on the play, 2nd and 6.
Anytime you have an offense like Newport is running, you've got to get off. You got to get off the line of scrimmage. You got to get on a guy, and you got to stay on a guy, but you don't have to stay on him very long.
Trayvon Scott, Andrew Johnson, Jay Grady, Jessen Russell, and of course Luke Reynolds and Travion Greer. Love Jay Grady at that fullback position. Here's the snap, and they give it to Big Jay. Jay barrels forward. They're going to get forward progress up near the 34-yard line.
Never could get him to the turf.
Well, he's just such a weapon there because not only big, strong, athletic kid, as we saw last week against Piggott. I mean, he got that ball, and there was no chance anybody was going to get in his way to get to the end zone.
Well, and he runs real well, and that's one thing that we knew that he could do. Not shocked at all that he broke away from the secondary last week and got the 6.
On 3rd and 1, here's the snap, dive play here to Greer. Greer's got a Newport small engine first down around the 39-yard line.
Yeah, good pick up there by Greer. Love the play call. Just give it to your guy and let him go.
I think it's going to be the tale of two different offenses. Things like the Hounds are going to slow tempo down, run what they want to run, where the Colts just want to score, fire, and go, 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 go. As Hardaway checks out, Nemo Crott checking in.
Hounds in no hurry.
On 1st and 10, snap. Luke Reynolds calls his own number. He's going to be up to around the 44-yard line. Give him 5 on the play.
Little option play. Looked like he might pitch the football. First time we've seen that all year, but we'll take those 5 yards. Got at least 4.
Well, and that's the thing with Luke. You don't really know if that was an option or a busted play because it almost at first looked like a busted play, but that's a 3-year starter back there that goes, no, I'm going to put my head down, I'm going to go get my 5. He's just grown so much as a leader at that quarterback position each and every year. And on 2nd and 5, here's the snap. Greer, little shifty move, and Greer puts his head down. He's going to be brought down near midfield. It'll be close to a first down.
They might have to drag out the chains here.
Yeah, it's going to be a little short. Looks like a midfield. But David, there you go. He announces it, he moves it, gets it set. Move the chains. I like that about an officiating crew. Let's not waste time and do things. I thought he did a really good job in the game that we went and watched.
Yeah, we watched him over at Brooklyn, and Gosnell. Been doing it a long time. He's a good one.
Snap, fullback. Jay holding on, barreling forward. He's going to get 3, maybe 4 on the play on forward progress into Colt territory.
Just a good solid run there, nothing fancy. Just put your nose down and get what you can get.
One way to stay out of a shootout is do exactly what the Hounds are doing offensively right here, is run clock. Don't throw incomplete passes. Keep the ball on the ground. Keep making first downs. Run a lot of clock. We're down to 6:20 to play here in the first quarter, and obviously it's 7-0 in favor of Rivercrest, and the Hounds first time with the football.
Second and 6 now after the run from Grady.
Well, it's a big conference game for both teams.
From the 47, snap on a stretch play, and the Colts were all over it on Travion Greer, nowhere to go.
Just played well there by Rivercrest. Like you said, Hayden, nowhere for Greer to go. Look for Reynolds to keep it off of that here in a little bit because he was wide open for 6.
We'll be looking for the Fathead Pizza Collision of the Week and the John Miner Senior Hustle Player of the Game.
We got one last week that could carry over again, I think.
It's a pretty good one, wasn't it?
Loss of 6, now 3rd and 12. We'll see what the Hounds do. So here's the snap, fake, play action, looking to throw. Reynolds under pressure. Luke Reynolds going to tuck it, be pushed out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Now it's going to bring up a 4th down and maybe 15.
Just great coverage in the secondary by Rivercrest. And a player down on the sideline here.
Yeah, Luke scrambling out here to the bottom of your screen trying to find a guy, and like I said, Rivercrest just had it played perfectly. Excuse me.
Well, I've never seen anybody just drag somebody off the field onto the sideline like that. Now he's finally got some attention to the young man from Rivercrest. Hounds always in short punt formation.
Reynolds boots this one away. And it's going to be out of bounds officially at the 26-yard line.
Rivercrest holds here, leading 7-0 over the Newport Greyhounds.
Yeah, the Colts do their job there and get the Hounds to go backwards. And, you know, with that offense that we run, it's not necessarily offense that you want to get behind the chains. And on that big second down, they swallow up Greer. Now a 3rd down, and you try to run a little play action, nothing there. And then you have to punt the football. So we'll see if the Hound defense can step up here and get a big stop. And is Rivercrest going to be impatient, want to throw the football because they want to score?
We'll see.
And a bobbled snap. The Hounds immediately back there. Luke Sampson along with Destin Jackson.
Yeah, Hound defense taking advantage there. Some confusion, obviously, on the offensive line with the snap.
Yeah, only one guy moved, and it was the most important guy.
Guy with the football.
On 2nd down and 9 here from the 27. Quarterback option. Keeps it. He's going to be brought down up to around the 32-yard line.
Jaden Young, he's just a playmaker for this offense. We talk about Buddha, but Jaden Young he's kind of the straw that stirs the drink.
Now 3rd and 4 here. Here comes motion, long count. Hounds don't fall. Got to get somebody over here. Hounds don't adjust, and an option, and they've got numbers over here, and a 1st down a little bit more. Is Greer there to push him out of bounds. And motion the Hounds don't go with, and then they've just got the numbers game out here.
Yeah, seemed to be a little confusion there on the defensive side of the ball for the Hounds. Jaden Robinson kind of not signaling, but looking, saying, hey, we got to do something here.
Game brought to you by 80-20 Learning for Autism, Compassion Over Compliance. Ben and Leslie Glidewell, welcome to Newport, Arkansas. Also brought to you by Merchants Planners Bank, White River Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and Ellis Automotive.
Motion, jet sweep, trying to get outside. Now cutting it up. He's going to break a tackle and have enough for a 1st down as Tavares there to bring him down into Hound territory at the 41-yard line.
Had one man to beat in Hardaway, and Hardaway does a good job just bringing him to the turf here. So that's a pickup of 18 for the Colts. Got 350, under 350 to go here in the first quarter.
Those are what you call gash plays. Boy, we just got gashed on that one for 18.
Now on 1st and 10, once again, we're well off here. And the option play, quarterback calls his own number, and he's met Hayden Kennedy in on the tackle.
Good job of just scraping down that line and reading.
And I think that was probably the wrong read, even though he picks up 4. I think, the pitch there, and he's got enough for a first down, maybe even more.
Coach Bill Keady was so great at that. He said, I'm going to run some plays during the course of the game that'll set up other plays. I've got to show this play so the next time it would be more wide open than what it could have been right then. Makes the Hound defense honored, but we're really way off on this.
2nd and 6, quarterback. They do throw it this time. Jaden Robinson there to bring him down. It's going to be shy of a first down. Inside the 33-yard line. Now a 3rd down and a couple here.
To Kalen Sanders with the reception. He's a senior. He's 6'1", 180 pounds. They're going to go quickly.
Here's the snap, quarterback. And he's going to be brought down near the 30, but it looks like enough to move the chains.
Trey Henderson, Luke Sampson in on the tackle there.
Yeah, enough to move the chains here for the Colts. Boy, Hounds need a break here.
How about a fumble, Hayden?
I'd love that. Quarterback option. Pitch man, now cutting back, and he's going to be met there by Hayden Kennedy inside the 25-yard line. And nothing fancy here from the Colts. It's a leverage game as far as getting the nub back over there, trying to get outside. And with the athletes they've got, it's a pitch, and that guy can cut back up, or a quarterback fake and then cutting back up. So, Rivercrest right now kind of moving the ball at will.
All about numbers, trying to create a 2-on-1. You want 2 guys against 1 defender.
You can almost bet when they have a nub back and the tailback on the same side, it's going that way. As young man trying to get outside. Jaden Robinson there to bring him down.
Good tackle there by Jaden.
At the 23-yard line. It brings up another 3rd down and short. And that's something that Hound defense has done, is kept them in 3rd down chances, but it's been 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. They need to back those up to 3rd and 6.
Well, need to catch a big break right here, Hayden Schultz. Here it comes.
Here's the snap. Young calls his own number. He's met, but then fights forward to get inside the 20 in the red zone, and that's enough to move the chains yet again for the Colts. Jay Grady, Chesson Russell checking in for DJ Grady and Hayden Kennedy. It's just inside the 20 here, and once again, they go to the ground and initially hit at the line of scrimmage. They just fight forward and get, 4 or 5 at a time.
It's a good job of running there by Rivercrest. Like you said, Hayden, nothing fancy.
Ivan Gonzalez on the tackle, and he's going to sub out. Lucas Looper checks in.
Looper had a great game last week for the Hounds.
I love watching that kid play. He's probably a little undersized at that position, but he doesn't play like it.
He makes up for an effort, doesn't he?
They're going to let the play clock run out. We've played 1 quarter, 7-0 in favor of the Rivercrest Colts.
You need a job, a future. So what should you do? Where should you go? At ASU Newport, the answer is just down the road. With 3 campuses tailored to different skill sets, ready to set you soaring with in-demand skills and unlimited earning potential. Our Newport campus features programs in diesel technology, agriculture technology, surgical technology, and more. Start your future now at ASU Newport, your community college.
It's on like Donkey Kong, boys. What'd you say? You need a pickup truck? You want to buy one? Well, hey, come on down here to George Kelton, okay? He's got GMC, he's got Chevrolet. I'll fix right up. Look, here's what we're gonna do. Yo, no, that's too much. No, you're quoting figures that are too high. I'm gonna go lower than that. Open your ears. Take the truck and drive off the lot. Snap approved, boys. Move out. Hey, Elliot, I just sold one.
GMC, we are professional grade.
Back on, right? Okay, here we go. Just want to remind everybody that the game is brought to you by Diaz Scrap Metal, Eye Care RX Pharmacy, and ASU Newport. We need a hold here, Hayden.
Yep, 2nd and maybe 5 from the 14. Fake, quarterback right up the middle. And he's going to barrel his way in the end zone. Touchdown, Colts.
A 19-yard touchdown run by Drake Young, putting the Colts up 13-0 with 11 minutes and 52 seconds left to go.
74-yard drive. On the second Jaden Young touchdown. A lot of time in this football game. You got 3 quarters of football to go, and we've seen what Rivercrest offense can do. The Hounds are going to have to start matching.
Snap, hold, kick is up and is good. The Colts lead here 14-0 with 11:52 to go in the first half.
Football game brought to you by the John Minor Crop Insurance Company, who brings you the John Minor Senior Hustle Player of the Game, located at 2715 Stegall Road. Our phone number is 870-523-8900. Anna Minor Roddy and John Minor III representing 5 generations at the Minor Company. NEDC, and again, we've got a great interview coming up at halftime when we talk about Newport Economic Development Commission with John Chadwell. And at the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, a new week means new deals exclusively if you have the DQ app. If you don't have it, you need to download it. The Dairy Queen in Batesville. White River Area Agency on Aging, looking for aides. If you're looking for a job and you'd like to have the opportunity to go to work for a great company, let me assure you, White River Area Agency on Aging is a great place to work right here in Newport. Call 523-4982.
Now their first community bank kickoff here as the Colts are going to kick it to the Hounds, and looks like Day-Day Braxton there to field it at the 25. Now Day-Day, oh, and he just falls as Day-Day is going to get up near the 40-yard line. Thought that was a chance right there. He was about to go to the house.
I think he got a little excited and just lost his footing because, man, you could see him make that first move, and he was fixing to turn it on and just lost his footing there.
Well, he's got a problem he probably deals with that I've never had to, and sometimes his feet move a lot faster than his body, and I've never had that problem.
I've got a shout out too, Ben, from the Dardanelle Sand Lizards. Jenna Austin's mom, Miss Denise Taylor. We appreciate you always tuning in and watching the Greyhounds here on Cable 15 TV, Facebook Live, and on YouTube. Thank you, ma'am.
1st and 10. Here's the snap. And big hole here for Greer. Is Greer is going to be pushed out of bounds into Colt territory. Looked like a little extra, and there's the flag.
It's Buddha with a little extra. He just...
Yeah, there wasn't nothing malicious there. He's just trying to take him all the way to the ground, let him know that he's there.
Just finishing the play, but hey, after the whistle blows and you're out of bounds, you know, they want you to stop, rightfully so. So good call there.
Hounds will definitely take advantage now with that 15 on top of that first down, and that is another Newport small engine first down.
Yeah, Greer just took the football right there with authority and picked up a huge gain for the Hounds.
Talked to James this week. He said remind everybody of guns and ammo at Newport Small Engines.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Good deal.
Good people, I'm telling you.
On 1st and 10, back to Greer. Greer, tough running again, but we have a flag, and it is in the area of holding. We don't know for certain.
Normally when they throw it from there, it's either holding or a chop block, so we've got at least a 50-50 chance here.
I would hope for a wave off.
That would work too. That would work even better.
What'd you call, Dave?
Personal foul, chop block.
Chop block.
Miss Greyhounds.
It's a chop block.
The old chop block.
And the Hounds get that 15 and now have to go back 15.
And the bad part about that is they had it first down and 10 and then got it, made it first and 10. Now it's first and 25.
But nonetheless, the Hounds
Hounds
still have the football.
And it is first down.
I just say give it to Greer, let him go get 25 right here.
I like it.
Capable of getting 45 plus.
Offset eye here. Here's the snap. We just throw it out wide. Tavares breaks the tackle. Tavares Hardaway, stiff arm. He's met near the 40-yard line. Give him about 6 on the play.
Great play call, better defense by Rivercrest. Just had a swarm of folks over there. But a positive, Ben.
Absolutely. You just got to, in this situation, you know, when you're behind the chains, you just got to move the football however you got to move it. Put yourself in a position to convert to get the first down.
Now on second down and 19. Give to Greer. Greer now bouncing outside. Greer makes that guy miss. Now Greer at a foot race, and he's going to be drugged down around the 20-yard line. And that's going to be enough to move the chains. And there's Travion Greer getting 20.
A big-time run right there. And the defense had it played perfectly out here at the bottom of the screen, but his just speed, closing speed, he just took off and hit another gear.
I don't think people really realize how fast he really is. This guy was the 100-meter state champion in 3A, and I don't know very many kids that if you're playing Rivercrest and they've got leverage on you, you're able to run around them. Fake, Luke sticks his head down. Luke, tough running, give him 6-7 on the play.
So important that the Hounds have something positive to happen here.
That was for the children watching at home.
It's a gain of 7. We'll take that on every play.
And that's, Dave, not to interrupt you, but that's something I like about this offense is getting Luke Reynolds to run the football.
He's a weapon for sure.
On 2nd and 3, give it to the big fella, 31. As he's got one man to beat, and he's not going to be able to. It's Buda Harris there to bring him down. But it's going to be first and goal for the Hounds and another Newport Small Engine first down.
Well, Grady just hit the hole fine. The hole was there, and then he finds some space outside, but Buda Harris not allowing him to get in there, but he was trying.
Well, he is a little bit faster. Jay thought he might have had the extra step, but obviously Harris there to bring him down. The Hounds rolling here now, first and goal from the 3.
Lots of Newport Small Engine sales and services first down on this drive.
Colts bring the house, but the Hounds push Luke Reynolds forward, and he walks in the end zone. 6 goes and gets 6 for the Hounds.
Hey, I love it right there. Love the play call. Nothing fancy. Just line up and say, hey, we're coming right underneath the center. Stop us if you can.
60-yard drive for the Hounds. And a big answer in this football game. You know, you get down 14-0, and they've had 2 possessions, and you go, golly gee, I mean, it's kind of do or die on this one, and
Hounds do.
Hounds able to convert.
Day to snap, Sampson to hold, Jackson to kick. It looks like it's wide left and is. And the Hounds still trailing here 14-6 as we await another First Community Bank kickoff.
Well, an impressive drive to say the least. And I mean, just the Hounds, when they really needed their backs against the wall, had to have a drive for a touchdown, and they got that. And almost cut the lead in half, but at least 2 touchdowns for those guys and 1 touchdown for the Hounds. Hounds have got to find a way to slow these guys down some. They've just got a great football team, and That's why they average that, 50-something points a game or whatever that was, what we talked about in the pregame.
Well, they've only thrown the football one time tonight, and I think that's something that we've seen on film with those guys is they're not scared to throw the football. My question is when the Hounds take so much time and march it down the field, does Rivercrest, are they still patient? Are they still willing to run the football and pick up those yards, or do they want to go to the air? Do they want to take a shot? That's going to be the gamble, and if the Hound defense can pay off and maybe catch that pick or, a big sack, something like that.
Game brought to you by El Puente Mexican Restaurant, Norman and Baker Pharmacy, M&P Insurance Services, Two Chicks Florist and more, George Kell Motor Company, and Fathead Pizza. Looking for the Fathead Pizza big hit of the week.
Guys, I want to say something here. When we huddle up like that and they don't adjust, I think it sets us up for an onside kick at some point. Jackson's just going to squib this, and they're going to jump on it at the 38-yard line. It'll be first attempt for the Colts from there.
Third offensive possession for these guys. They're 2 for 2.
Hayden Kennedy on the recovery on the onside kick. Timeout, Greyhound.
The Hounds call a timeout here.
And just a reminder that CNM Ag Depot at 2900 Highway 367 North in Newport, one of our great sponsors. Unity Health Newport, Delta Trailer Manufacturing, the City of Newport, Mayor Derek Ratliff. Also the game brought to you by Dr. Gavin McDowell at Customized Vision Care at the Sonic Drive-In. This is how the Greyhound Sonic. Woodbriar Nursing Home in Harrisburg and County Culture Magazine, Rural Charm, Local Vibes, Facebook and countyculture.org. A couple of Newport girls, Amanda Reynolds and Julie Reardon. Yeah, she's a Newport girl for sure. Then what about Tree Wine Sensations? We only had a meal out there twice this week.
Oh man, excellent food. And I saw them, they were covered up today. Had cars just packed in there trying to get that fish on Friday. It's as good a fish I've ever eaten in my life, Dave.
I was telling Troy last night I got a big tro burger and I split it in two, thought I was going to eat it half and half, and then I got half, and then all of a sudden somebody else got another half.
Can't leave that stuff sitting around, man.
No, sir.
First and 10 from the 39. Here's the snap, fake, in a reverse. Played well, but it's going to make a tackle, and the Hound defense, a great job there. Making the play, Justin Russell along with Trey Henderson, but
yeah, Zay Greer also there to help
Zay
initially.
Greer to stay at home there. A loss of one.
That's a big play. These are the kind of plays that you got to have against these guys, Hayden. Get them behind the chains, and you set up maybe, if you can get a play for no gain here, then you got them third and long right where you want them.
On second 11, we'll see what the Colts offense draws up. Hounds look to bring pressure, and it's an option to the left. This young man's going to be brought down, gain of maybe 3 on the play. Jay Grady does a great job there. It's almost like when you play Boonville. I would always say, that was our game plan, is when that quarterback comes out, I don't care if he pitches it or not.
Go ahead and hit him.
Go ahead and hit him.
Because he may fake it, and he may get tired of you hitting him in the mouth all night.
He will get eventually tired of it. When you're defenseless and you're pitching a ball, knowing this guy's running a head full of steam, maybe he thinks a little second longer about that pitch.
Definitely makes a difference, Hayden.
Now 3rd and 9 now. I think Rivercrest hadn't had a 3rd and 9 yet in the contest, so we'll see what the Hound defense does here. Is Greer lined up one-on-one with Harris.
At the bottom.
Here's the snap, and that's where they intended to go, but nothing there. The Hound defense there to bring him down. Now a 4th down and 6 on the play. In Colt territory, do they roll the dice, Dave?
I think you got a punt right here. You certainly don't want to give the Hounds offense the opportunity there, but then again, if you trust what you do.
How confident are you in your offense on 4th and 6 here from the 44? It looks like these guys are going. Maybe a long count. Got to watch the football.
I'll say watch the football, and maybe, we'll see what happens. But
they're going to go. Quarterback rolls out, throws to Harris, and Harris has got the first down. And that's pretty gutsy right there if you're a Rivercrest fan. The Hounds will get the football at the 44-yard line, but they have, that faith. And the guy just rolling out, a little toss and catch there to Harris.
Well, that's just Jaden Young all day long. Buddha ran a great route. He threw it only where Buddha could catch it.
Now 1st and 10. Young calls his own numbers. He's inside the 45 to the 44. Luke Sampson on the tackle. Big Boosie Hardaway and Carmelo Ellis checking in.
Big Mello.
And these guys up front are doing a good job of getting a good push and allowing the linebackers to come in. And, we're getting an arm on them, but Rivercrest just not being able to break away from that second line of defense.
And you thought right there was a big chance that the Hounds could step away with something. As Young going to throw this one deep. Greer's all there. And they're going to say that he caught that.
There is a flag on the play.
And it looks like a flag, hoping it's offensive pass interference.
I don't know the particular rule on it, but it looked to me like Greer was making a play on the football. It was underthrown. Pass looked to be underthrown.
Yeah, pass interference against the defense, and I thought Greer did a great job being there. Buda Harris just goes up and makes the play. They decline the penalty. And that was kind of what we were talking about. They're going to want to get 11 involved. You try to see it on the reverse. Nothing was there. They're going to get him the football. Can the Hounds capitalize when they try to on a mistake? As Young, with pressure in his face, and throws a good ball to Harris. Snap, quarterback, option. Cuts back and goes the other way. Makes a couple of guys miss, and he's fighting to get in the end zone. Ball on the ground. They're going to say that he was down, and he's going to be shy. And it's going to be first and goal from inside the 1. Boy, you would hope the fumble right there the Hounds could get on.
Oh, man. That's Jaden Young just once again. I mean, he's obviously been the difference maker here, throwing the football and running the football, and they're knocking on the door here, their third touchdown of the night.
Well, that was all athletic ability on that young man's part. I mean, the play was designed to go to the top of the screen, and he just sees that we've got it played well, and he just comes backside.
Quarterback sneak. We do have a flag, and I hope it's a false start. So it looked like the pile was moving before the ball did.
We'll sort it out. Aiding the quarterback.
Illegal pushing going against the Colts.
It'll back them
5-yard penalty.
back just outside the 5.
I will say this about Brad. When Brad sees that, he will call it.
I'm good with it.
I am too.
Especially right there. Now first and goal from, it's going to be the 6, but more like the 5.
Yeah. Looks like it's touching the 5. I guess they hadn't touching the goal line. They should have.
Yeah.
Should have been a touchdown.
We got a flag here, and hope the Colts are going backwards.
Wow.
Offsides against Greyhounds.
Offsides against the Hounds. And
5-yard penalty.
that was a snap right there where the motion man was coming. And, the Hounds got to capitalize on those things as we jump off sides, and now it goes back the other way.
Well, the good thing about it's only half the distance. You get a penalty from the goal line, a 5-yard penalty goes back to the 5. You get one from the 5, and it goes to the 2.5.
It's not fair, is it?
It's not fair. Never has been fair. Look at the goal line.
Here's the snap. Tailback is met at the goal line, reaches out, touchdown Colts.
Not much the Hounds can do there. Had it played well, just get extra effort, gets them in the end zone.
3-yard touchdown run, bringing the Colts up 20-6 over the Greyhounds with 4
Luke Barnett. No.
No.
Lex Latham with the touchdown. Give him credit for 3.
Nathan Schwartz will hold as Hunter Ellis attempts to make the point.
As we await the extra point.
61-yard drive that time for the Colts.
Snap, hold, kick is up. That didn't look good, and it's not. Score remains 20-6 with 4:57 to go in the half. Now, ideally, right here, Dave, you want to burn 4 minutes and 55 seconds and go get 8. Because you get the ball at half.
Well, I like that. I think that would be a pretty good strategy. The most important thing is you've got to put points on the board. even though you're going to get the football back, it's an ideal situation. That's the perfect scenario for the Hounds to do that here. Spend 5 minutes getting 8 if you can.
Well, you know what's a better idea, Dave?
Get 8, get an onside kick.
Absolutely, and go score 8 again.
There you go.
I kind of like that. Got another First Community Bank of Newport kickoff where community comes first. Go by and see them. 2525 Malcolm Avenue in Newport.
I'm going to try to kick this to Day again. And I hope he stays on his feet this time.
Norris Lawn Care Plus. Ben, he does a lot of pluses, doesn't he?
Plus, Brian Norris is one of the hardest working guys I know and a good fella. If you're not doing business with him, you ought to give him a call and see if he can help you out.
Call me, I'll give you the number.
Way boom. Knuckleball. Kicked around the 22-yard line here for Day. Day going the whole other way as Day is going to be wrapped up near where he caught it at the 25.
Newport's third offensive possession. Talking about Brian, he does tree trimming, he does all kinds of bed maintenance and much, much more. And whether it's springtime or fall cleanup, he gets that done. Hedge trimming, all types of lawn maintenance.
Hounds have just under 5 minutes to take it almost 75 yards here before the half.
1st and 10 from the 26. Colts bring everybody, and Greer is met at the line of scrimmage.
Like Day out here blocking Buddha. I don't think Buddha liked it.
I promise you one thing about Day Braxton. I don't know what they've got him listed at, but he plays a heck of a lot bigger than he is.
Well, it's all heart, all effort, and just great athlete in that young man.
And he's not scared of anybody.
No, he'll challenge the biggest, baddest guy you got. He said line him up.
On 2nd and 11, back to Greer. Greer makes the first guy miss, and Greer fighting forward. He's going to get a couple on the play, and then the pile to now 3rd down and maybe 9.
Now on this play right here, you know, obviously the clock becomes an ally for Rivercrest. Under 4 minutes, nearing the 3:40 mark. You would think the Hounds may have to throw the football. If you throw an incompletion, it certainly works against the Hounds. But if you throw a touchdown pass, yay Hounds.
Here's the snap. Reynolds drop back. He's going to throw this one deep to Hardaway. Hardaway trying to go get it, and it's incomplete. Now 4th and 9. The Hounds obviously got to punt the football with 3:22 to go in the half. Great coverage there by the Colts. I mean, man coverage. Guy step for step there with Tavares Hardaway.
Well, I just talked about that fear of having to punt with over 3 minutes to go, and the clock stops because of the incomplete pass.
Snap, and Reynolds boots this one away. Jaden Young back there to field it at the 38. And he's going to be met and tackled near midfield.
Good coverage there by Hardaway. He was the first one down there, had a guy to beat. Along with, look like Tracy Smith.
And I think it's very crucial the Hounds can get a stop here and not go down by 3 scores.
Okay, 1st and 10, both Colts from their own 49.
Well, I think it's also, I don't think Rivercrest is going to get in a big hurry here. I think they'll run the football. But I don't know. They may back up and sling it.
Well, when you're up a couple possessions, it's maybe a time to take a shot. Snap, and they give up the middle. Gain of 1.
That's Latham that time again. Under 3 minutes.
Trey Henderson on the tackle. Now 2nd and 9 at midfield. Now Rivercrest looks to run a little clock. Expect here, I think if you can swallow them up on a 3rd down and long, Hounds might burn a timeout. Long count. Hounds don't fall. Here's the snap. Young calls his own number. No gain on the play.
Luke Sampson in on the tackle. Just a great job from the linebacker position, coming in there and filling that hole.
They're going to give him a half here, so now 3rd and a long 8.
Well, you expect, Buddha's going to get single coverage at the bottom. And you expect him to be the go-to guy right here.
Do they let it run down to a minute and a half? I mean, you got 25 seconds on the play clock. They're going to go ahead and snap it.
Here's the snap. Quarterback under pressure. He's got to throw this one and does to Latham. Latham, wow, what a play. I mean, Young, who is swallowed up and then just throws a bullet and enough to move the chains.
It's a great play on their part, and give those guys credit. That young man just made a play.
Now, the clock trying to work to your favor if you're a Hound defense of letting this thing roll. It's Young. Calls his own number again. He's going to be met near the 35-yard line.
Under a minute and a half to play now. Clock moving.
Boy, you talking about an important minute 20 coming up. Wow.
Yeah, no hurry. Snap, Young. Rolls out, throws the slant to Harris. Harris tackled by Luke Sampson. Enough to move the chains at the 21-yard line with 1:05 to go, and it'll roll as they get it set, and they do get it set. Young, option. Cuts it back up. He is met. Luke Reynolds in on the tackle along with Jaden Robinson. So we're under a minute.
Went a timeout for Rivercrest there. I mean, just 50 seconds to go in the half, and it's just imperative that the Hounds hold right here, guys. And they'll afford to go down by 3 scores right here, even though you do get the football. Greyhound boosters include Judge Henry Boyce, White River Health, Wilson Sign and Rental Company, First Horizon Bank at 200 Olivia Drive in Newport. Committed to making your banking experience the best it can be. Our number is 870-523-3611, supporting the Newport Greyhounds. And the pest detective, Drew Hahn. I don't know how much more I've got to say it, but I'm going to say it all year. If you're using somebody for termites or bugs, you're paying too much and your service is not as good. Local folks that would like to have the opportunity to earn your termite and your pest control business, call Drew at 501-730-1699. I give that phone number out 2 or 3 times a week.
Empty backfield. Young looking to throw. Now stepping back going the other way, and he's just got one man to beat, and he's going to do it. The Colts walk in the end zone. Touchdown. And once again, Young.
I mean, Young's just a player, playmaker, and he just, Hound defensive secondary had it played well. There was nobody open. That kid just scrambled and made some plays and made some moves to score.
Newport's touchdown comes sandwiched in between 2 from Rivercrest on each end on the bookends. 26-6 is our score.
Snap, hold, kick is up and is good. Now 27-6. And obviously, if you're a Hound fan, you want us to go score here before the half.
Got 40 seconds to play here in the half, Hayden. Like you said, the Hounds need to get back on the board because we will receive the football coming in to start the second half.
Rivercrest has had it 4 times here in the first half, and they've come away with touchdowns each time. Jaden Young has 3 scores on the night, 11-yard run, 14-yard run, 9-yard run. Capped off drives of 51, 74, and 64, and they also had a 3-yard Lex Latham score for a touchdown, capping off at a 61-yard drive. That was the third touchdown for Rivercrest. Can the Hounds get a break right here and something positive happen before we go into half?
The First Community Bank kickoff. An end-over-end kick on the ground.
Went through the hands of Justin Russell, but
Zay Greer,
there to
the Hounds with great
recover.
field position.
Is this a time where you go back maybe to your original offense to throw the football?
We shall see what we shall see. Hounds still with a couple of timeouts left.
Greyhounds from their own
And 7 can go the distance on anytime he touches the football.
Here's the snap fake and try to run a little reverse as Day-Day Braxton refusing to go down and finally slung out of bounds. And it does stop the clock momentarily. Like the play call there.
I like the play call, definitely do.
Ashton Harris on top of the Colts. They gain 2, second and 8.
Rivercrest resting some of their defensive interior linemen.
On 2nd and 8.
Hi, Freeman Travis.
Here's the snap fake. Reynolds rolling out to his left. Got Hardaway open. Hardaway. It's going to be enough to move the sticks. Hounds got to go quick here, and I think we're just going to call a timeout. And we do.
Hounds have a couple to burn. They'll be down to 1 right here. Good play call there, and just Luke just rolling to his left and makes a good pass. Hardaway with reception. Ben Hardaway's such an outstanding kid, outstanding player. This guy's got a lot of potential, and he's going to get there.
Oh, just a bright future for that young man. Great all-around athlete, David. Got to watch him play basketball this past winter, and, man, he just was very, very impressive.
Hayden, with 19 seconds and a timeout, what's in your playbook here?
I mean, we're going to stay as we are here. I don't think that the play action, I don't think you're fooling them on a play action here. Might be something where you can get Greer out into space, maybe out in a flat. You got to get your playmaker the football.
Yeah, wide side.
And maybe even both backs, like a Jay Grady run left out in the flat and Greer run out to the right in the flat, and see if those guys can pick them up. Because, I mean, Rivercrest with 7, 8 guys in the box. Now those guys are obviously going to back up here, but still 7 men in the box. Snap going to throw it out wide. Hardaway, enough for a first down, a little bit more. Tavares Hardaway smartly runs out of bounds. Hounds still with time inside the 20-yard line. Now with a timeout, you can do many things.
Yeah.
You can do many things here. If you want to take a shot right here, I'm not, necessarily against it. I like when we've got that tight end and that cornerback is a little far in, and you can catch a tight end on a seam route here if we can overload one side.
All you can do is ask for a chance, guys, and the Hounds have a chance right here with 12 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, Tavares Hardaway stepping up, 10th grader.
Yeah, like you said, Hayden, just a brilliant play to get out of bounds a while ago.
Here's the snap and give is to Greer. Greer, stiff arm, still on his feet. Greer, shifty move as he's brought down at the 15. I think Hounds burned their final timeout here. And now give yourself a chance to throw it into the end zone.
Yeah, you're going to have one play with under 5 seconds to play, and that's all you ask for is to get an opportunity to put points on the board right before the half. And we've mentioned about getting the football coming back out to start the second half. So a huge, huge play in the football game coming up right here, Ben Black.
Absolutely, David Black. Hounds need to put points on the board. Rivercrest, as you said earlier, scored every time they've had possession of the football. They've held the Hounds a couple times. Hounds need to score before this half to come out and receive that football and just you just feel a lot better about the football game if you go ahead and score before half.
Churchman Building Center, Ace Hardware, Fletcher Land Surveying, the Doyle Family Farms, Lou Allen Family and Company, Howard's Glass, Rick Bias, Mark Manning Shelter Insurance, and Dr. Kelly McKinney. All part of our Greyhound booster package.
I do like the tight end over here in the boundary, giving your two receivers, Nemo Crite and Day-Day Braxton, going to draw single coverage. Maybe a mix route right here. This could be a toss to Greer, Greer toss to Day-Day. Here's the snap, fake. Reynolds looking to throw. He's got Greer wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, but the Hounds look like they got an offensive lineman downfield.
Yeah, we do. We have one down there at the goal line.
And he was wide open.
Just a beautiful design play call there and worked to perfection. Just a mental error.
One of the hardest things, and you see it a lot in high school football, is covering a tight end and covering a back out of the backfield.
Right, absolutely.
Those are the two things where in high school football, when you do that, you see those plays where nobody's around them. And right there, guy just gets a little anxious, already sees it going to Greer. Greer wide open, know it's going to be 6. And now the ball goes back to the 20. We'll see what the Hounds can call here.
We still get a play. With no time on the clock, one final play here.
Yeah, I think Rivercrest's going to call their timeout right here, rightfully so. Hounds got to untime down.
Yeah, there's no need to carry that thing into halftime when you can give your kids some extra information.
And nothing else, just a little breather.
Ben Blake, big Pee Wee football action tomorrow morning, starting at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Be there or be square.
5th grade boys will be playing the first game, then the 4th grade boys, and then the 6th grade after that. Pee Wee cheer also, lots of girls involved in the program. Pee Wee football program has been a good one down through the years. A lot of folks have contributed to that program. And we'll be there early. We'll be there at 10 to get our little 4th graders ready to go.
T-Birds?
T-Birds, Cross County. See if we can get a little better than we were last week. Trying to develop and learn. Well, how big is this play? I mean, we just scored a touchdown, don't get it. I mean, my goodness.
Well, 3 defensive linemen now with 8 guys in the secondary. Here's the snap. Reynolds looking to throw. Going to throw the out route. It is caught by Day-Day, but that's not going to do it. And the Hounds are going to go into half, trailing 27-6.
At Merchants and Planners Bank, we're more than just your bank. We're part of your community. For over 78 years, we've been helping families grow, businesses thrive, and dreams come true right here in Jackson County. We proudly support local businesses and give back to the community that we love. And we're always there to cheer on the Greyhounds, both on and off the field. Personalized service, local expertise, and people dedicated to making their community happy. That is the Merchants and Planners Bank difference. Merchants and Planners Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Merchants and Planners Bank halftime report. You see the scoreboard right there, 27-6 in favor of Rivercrest. Rivercrest with a couple of touchdowns with 9:58 to go in the first and 11:52 to go in the second from Jaden Young. One a 9-yard run, another 14-yard run. The Hounds come back, got a 1-yard sneak from Reynolds for a 14-6 lead as the Hounds missed their extra point, and then a 2-yard, making a 3-yard Lex Latham run and another 11-yard run by Jaden Young. Got one of those 2 extra point kicks, 27-6. That's where we are at halftime. It's been Rivercrest. We had one called back, but we just had a lineman downfield. That's part of it. Second half action coming up next.
Has this ever happened to you? Or this? Will this make your memoirs? At Shelter Insurance, we can't iron out all the glitches in modern life. But we can manage your auto, home, and life insurance just fine. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Get the insurance coverage you need at the right price. Call Mark Manning today.
White River Health has a number of locations to meet both your primary care and specialty care needs, including White River Health Family Care and White River Health Specialty Care in Newport. For more information on services available, visit whiteriverhealth.org. White River Health is a proud supporter of Newport Greyhound Athletics.
It's on like Donkey Kong, boys. What you say? You need a pickup truck? You want to buy one? Well, hey, come on down here to George Kelton, okay? He's got GMC, he's got Chevrolet. You know, I'll fix you right up. Look, here's what we're gonna do. Yo, no, that's too much. No, you're quoting figures that are too high. I'm gonna go lower that. Open your ears, take the truck, and drive out the lot. Stamp approved, boys. Move out. Hey, Elliot, I just sold one.
GMC, we are professional grade.
One of the busiest times that I've ever been to NEDC in downtown Newport and visiting with John Chadwell. We're talking about a lot of things. There's a lot of activity going on today in this building, and there's lots of stuff that we got to talk about today. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you. You had trouble finding a parking spot, didn't you?
I couldn't find one, but we did find one. We found two. We had to drive 2 cars down, but let me tell you what, it's busy, 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 and we got things to talk about and some big announcements to make, and let's just get right after what's happening within the organization and what we're doing and why we are some of the best people in the world in Newport, Arkansas.
So I'll tell you, the whole office is busy, from the chamber to the downtown development with Crystal and to economic development. It's just, we're plowing ahead. Things are happening. It is absolutely kind of insane how busy it is right now. So with the chamber side, and Julie, probably one of the premier flagship programs of the chamber, it's recognized around the state, is the New Vision Newport Leadership Program. It's going to start off with 17 people on Friday and Saturday with the opening retreat. And these are folks, this is be class 21. So there's almost 400 alumni of the program, and a lot of those folks have moved into leadership positions throughout the community. I mean, you can even ask our county judge, Jeff Phillips. He graduated, and he didn't know he wanted to run for office until he got out of New Vision Newport and decided that's what he wanted to do. So that's always a fun part of the year. It takes a lot of work, and the chamber's working really hard on that. And then Downtown Development Group with Crystal and everything, they're working really hard on the Depot Days Festival, which will be the 20th. We got some great entertainment coming. We got Tay Lewis. He was a semifinalist on The Voice, does country music. He is phenomenal. Everybody's going to enjoy him. And then we got some regional bands, Arkansas bands, Tragically White, that a lot of people know, which is one of the best party bands in the state. And then the Big Dam Horns, dam like the dam that holds water back, not the bad word. They're coming, and they're like a 16-piece horn band that plays swing and R&B and all that kind of stuff. And then to kick it all off, though, we have DJ Swifty from New York. He's a Taylor Swift dance party DJ.
Is that right?
And he's going to be playing some of Taylor's new album at the party. And we're going to have a place where the kids can make bracelets, trade bracelets. While that might not be such a big deal for all the guys, maybe the girls can be doing that, because the guys are going to wander over near the Methodist Church and have Memphis Championship Wrestling going on.
There you go, baby.
Because it's Kids Fest and Depot Days. So it's Kid Fest and Depot Days combined. There's going to be rides downtown, petting zoos, vendors. It's going to be nuts. So you want to make sure September 20th is on your calendar for the downtown. Now to the economic development side, we've got 3 construction projects going on. We got the call center construction project going on. We just let a bid for an industrial road into our industrial park with money from the state. And then, as you noted, it's hard to find parking right now around Tech Depot, so we got a grant from DRA to do another parking lot in an empty lot, and so both of those should get started in the next month. But 2 things that are really exciting. One, I'll save the big one for last. One, we're hosting the Arkansas Economic Development Council here in Newport. This is the people appointed by the governor to make decisions about economic development throughout the state. They rotate a couple, 3 times during the year to different towns. We are so fortunate that they're coming to Newport. They're going to come and tour some of our factories, be here at Tech Depot, And so they're going to get to know a lot about Newport. Almost every project we show them, they have participated in, so they're going to get to see what their efforts and their work has done. And so we're really, really, really excited about having them and sharing Newport with them, and then listening to them, and they'll have their regular meeting here. And I can't stress enough how big a deal this is for Newport, to let those folks know what we're doing in this part of the state and see it firsthand. And then really the big news is at 10:30 Thursday, so I think this will air just right after this. I've asked him to hold it, not destroy this.
This is big stuff right here, and he's being serious too.
Bad Boy Mowers has leased a building in Newport, is formerly known as the Capitol Wire Building, for 5 years, and they're going to do warehousing here. So it'll be the first presence of Bad Boy Mowers in Newport. They're going to bring a few jobs with that warehousing, but they're bringing a lot of stuff in, and it's going to create a lot of activity, a lot of momentum, and we're really excited to have Bad Boys part of our corporate makeup, one of our corporate citizens here. So we're going to have a ceremony at 10:30 on Thursday. Mayor speak, judge speak, some folks will be out there just to welcome them to town and have them here. But we're really excited to start a relationship with Bad Boy and see where that leads in the future.
John, there is no doubt, and when we talk about being busy down here, we've been working on a process for many years, from day one, from the very beginning. And the process and the gratefulness of the work that you have to put into this process, that you and your staff and the board and the community in itself has been phenomenal. It's been second to none. We talk about Newport, Arkansas, and John Pennington always says it's the center of the universe. It's a great place to be. It's a great place to live. It's a great place to visit. It's just a very good place. And these announcements that we make, we're honored to be a part of that, we at Cable 15 TV. But to see the growth of where we are and what we're doing, I thank you, I thank NEDC, I thank the Chamber, I thank the City of Newport, I thank everybody that does what they do to help Newport, Arkansas to be a better place to live and to visit.
To live and to visit. Well, and it takes everybody.
Yes.
It is a team effort. So everything that's happening is happening because the people watching this show voted to invest in themselves. That's what happened. The citizens of Newport said, we're investing in ourselves with this half cent for economic development, and that investment has made everything happen that's happened. And you see a lot of towns, you can go through a lot of towns that are our size that are just continuing to decline. There's nothing happening because they refuse to invest in themselves. But when you invest in yourselves, guess what other people want to do? They want to invest in you. And so when they see you investing in yourselves, they say, we want to partner with that town.
That's why the big guys are coming. That's why we're going to have a big celebration on the 20th. And that's why Bad Boy Mowers is coming to town. My friend John Chadwell, fantastic day in Newport, Arkansas.
It is.
Appreciate you, my friend.
It is.
Maintaining a perfect lawn is not for the weak. Your reputation, nay, your family name is on the line. So here's to those who put in the early mornings, to those who prepare in the off-season, and those who consider it a downright sport. We salute you. So trim with precision, stripe with abandon, because it's your day. It's Mow Day.
It's on like Donkey Kong, boys. What'd you say? You need a pickup truck? You want to buy one? Well, hey, come on down here to George Kelly, okay? He's got GMC, he's got Chevrolet. I'll fix you right up. Look, here's what we're gonna do. No, that's too much. No, you're quoting figures that are too high. I'm gonna go lower that. Open your ears, take the truck, and drive off the lot. Stamp approved, boys. Move out. Hey, Elliot, I just sold one.
GMC, we are professional grade.
Well, we're back for second half of action. We've got all the signs and signals in. We're from up in the booth to downstairs to our old flag way of communicating down there, and they're making fun of the way Bud Black and I used to do it. The way this thing operated was that I would be downfield doing an interview after the game or during the game, and how they would do it. They would give me a flag. They would flag, or they would actually
wave a flag.
Yes, a red flag at me, and then I would in turn take my red flag and wave it at them, so it meant I'm ready. And then when they would wave back at me again, it meant I was live. So that's how we did in the olden days. How do we do it now, guys?
We say we're about to be live.
About to be live. Guys, we've got 24 minutes to decide a football game here. It's very, very important. Walnut Ridge over Osceola at the half, 18-7. And then Hoxie was over somebody 7-6.
Manila
7-6.
Still never been there.
Oh, yes, you have. Pizza, pizza, pizza. I'm telling you, you've been to Manila. I have a lot of good friends in Manila. You know, you talk about the football game here, guys. We're kind of having a little fun. It is imperative that the Hounds score and get a stop.
Oh, for sure, and we'll see what Rivercrest does here on the kickoff.
Wouldn't shock me a bit if they don't kick it back over here and try to, squibber onside, because they almost recovered one right here before half. But we'll see what they like to do. This is the First Community Bank kickoff, brought to you by First Community Bank of Newport, where community comes first. You can go by there and see them at 2525 Malcolm Avenue in Newport. Billy, Kitty, and all the crew.
And with the second half action, the voice of the Greyhounds, Hayden Schultz.
And a little squibber. Zay Greer with the return. They're going to be brought down into Colt territory at the 49-yard line. So the Hounds have great field position. I think it's going to come, I think the Hounds, as far as offensively, they got a little rhythm there later. Ran the football down there. And then even, that last possession, we had a touchdown that obviously gets called back. And, we don't score right there before half, but I felt like it had a little more rhythm. So I expect the Hound offense to go down here and put up 6. It's going to be whether or not can we stop those guys enough to get back in this football game. And we're going to throw it out wide to Tavares. Good block there by Day-Day Braxton. Tavares Hardaway breaking tackles. A Newport small engine first down and a whole lot more down to the 31-yard line into Colt territory.
Simple play call, just a hitch, quick hitch out there to Hardaway, and you just got to get it in the hands of your playmaker and let them make a play, and that's exactly what the Hounds did there, Hayden.
Well, you loosen up that defense, those guys, 7, 8, 9 guys at a time in a box, and then you throw it out wide there, and like you said, let a playmaker make a play. On 1st and 10, snap, Reynolds. He's going to throw it long. Tavares trying to go get it. Little touch there, no call. Now 2nd and 10. I like the mix up there on 1st and 10, throwing the football, making those guys honor it. Felt like, they got in a little rhythm as far as sending a blitz on 1st and 2nd down. I love the play call there to throw it on 1st.
Absolutely good play call, and just couldn't quite come in with it.
Yeah, you're in 4-down territory, barring a penalty to back you up, so not a bad chance there to try to go get 6. On 2nd and 10, give to Greer. Greer, shifty running, great blocking there by Jay Grady, and Greer's got the corner, and he's got one man to beat. He's going to walk in the end zone. Hounds go get 6 in 50 seconds.
Well, that's exactly what we talked about, guys, at halftime, before halftime, and then now, in the second half. You got to put points on the board to stay in this ball game. The Hounds did what they had to do. We recovered the onside kick at midfield. We take the football about 50 yards for a Bratcher Real Estate touchdown.
Yeah, Hounds have nothing to lose here, and obviously Rivercrest, and we talked about that earlier as far as their defense. They held stout there, holding us out a couple of times. Those guys already feel like they might have won the football game, up 3 scores, because they know how quickly they can score. Hounds can get this 2 and maybe even recover an onside. Might even see that this early. Here's the snap, just a toss play. Greer's got the edge, and he's going to walk in. Hounds get 2, 27-14. Folks, don't go away. The Hounds did that very, very easy and quick.
Well, obviously when you start from the 49-yard line as opposed to your own 30, you have a great advantage with just a couple of good play calls and just, hey, you executed what you had to do, and we did the things that we thought we could do coming into the night's game. And when you get Greer on the corner, he's not going to be caught by a lot of people.
Well, we helped ourselves there. As a penalty-free drive, we didn't have any silly mistakes, and the Greyhounds can move the football, guys, and this is going to be a good football game. We just got to keep pounding, keep staying with our game plan, and you've got to find a way to come up with some type of turnover or stop, Hayden.
How big was the lineman downfield?
Yeah, a totally different game, making it a one-score game. But regardless, it's in the past. You got to go forward, and the Hounds fake onside kick. Day-Day Braxton kicks a line drive, and it's going to be fielded at the 42.
I like that call.
Not opposed to it, Dave. I love, and I know that we ran it a lot in junior high when Josh Austin, when he was getting his first taste at the coaching level as far as running that junior high program. We ran the huddle rougher, and all guys, we huddled up just like we do at times. And for whatever reason, they let me call it. And they'd say,
I know why.
And I'd go huddle rougher on one. And then ready, I'm a jet sweep. Young man breaks the tackle. He's going to be brought down near midfield. That's been the tale of the game. We've got a chance to tackle that guy for no loss or for no gain or a loss.
Well, we're playing the position correctly, and we're in a position to make the play. Those guys are just doing a good job of not allowing us to make a play, and you have to give credit to those guys. But Jessen played it perfect there. He was there. He just couldn't bring the man down, and result of the play second short.
Every touchdown brought to you by Bratcher Real Estate.
On 2nd and 3, snap. Young calls his own number, and Trey Henderson and Jaden Robinson there to bring him down, not before they get enough to move the chains. It seems like when they need a play, when they got to go get 5, they give it to 5.
Well, they were at midfield a while ago, earlier in the half, and 4th and 7, 4th and 6, 4th and 8, and they just picked it up. Hound's going to get a big stop right here, guys. Watch this.
Here's the snap fake. Young outside with a lot of room, and a great play there, and the ball on the ground. That's Zay Greer, an open field tackle. It looks like Young's a little shaken up there. Hope nothing serious on that, maybe just a cramp.
Holding a knee from here. And he, it looked like he went down before Greer tackled him. It did look like that. Hope that young man is okay.
Absolutely. I mean, it's something that always just, it looked like his knee got tangled up. I'm hoping for a cramp. Maybe even time to go to a break here, Dave.
Let's take a little break.
Well, good news is Jane Young is walking off under his own power, but very gingerly. Hope that young man's okay. He's a great football player, and they say he's a good kid. And he is, we talked about him being the straw that stirs the drink out here. He certainly is that guy.
Looks like Jaden Ralph now going to get the call, the junior coming in at quarterback.
And he can play too. He can play as well.
Now on 2nd and 7. Here's the snap. Once again, Hounds in the backfield. A great tackle there, Davion Grady.
Hey, Grady just chasing from behind, man. What a play there.
Now a third down and 4. I'm sorry, Ben. Sometimes I can't hear you with this. Can't hear y'all sometimes.
I can get a little louder.
That'll work.
Well, a couple of big downs here.
Here comes motion. Hounds fall for it.
There's a penalty before the snap. Offsides against Greyhound. Now we're going to another First National Bank with Houston, Arkansas. First down.
Hounds have cut it to a couple of scores here with their first drive.
On 1st and 10. Ralph going to air this one out to Harris. It is incomplete. Great coverage there. by Greer.
Yeah, Greer was matching him step for step. I like that matchup.
I think obviously Buddha has the height advantage, but I don't think that he has the speed advantage.
No, he's not going to outrun us out there on that one.
There's not very many times Buddha Harris can't run by somebody. Now on 2nd and 10. Here's the snap and give. Shifty move, and he's going to be brought down. Luke Sampson, not before they give him 8. Now 3rd and a couple.
Good job of running. The offensive line did a good job making a hole there and just executing the play. Rivercrest has executed all night long.
Yeah, that's Latham again.
Jaden Young says he's ready.
Now on 2nd and a couple, motion man. Long count, Hounds don't fall. Would love one to go over their head right here. Here's the snap. Quarterback calls his own number. Looks like he's got enough. So we'll wait for the official spot. We're going to say short. 3rd and less than a yard. You got to expect Jaden Young to carry the football here.
I'm just glad he's back in the football game. I mean, he's such a tremendous player for this Rivercrest team. And reset the 25-second clock. Head man in white hat will go have some conversation about the spot of the ball and do they need to look at it. I think it's.
They do say 4th down.
4th and 1 for the Colts.
4th or 3rd?
I thought it was 3rd down.
Well, they threw an incomplete pass. 1, 2, 3.
4th and short. Guarantee this is going here to the bottom of your screen with Young. And it does, and Young's got enough for a 1st down as he kind of hobbled in there. He's going to come back out.
Yeah, that young man.
Big knock on the carry, and that's another First National Bank of Eastern Arkansas. 1st down.
He tried and he get some assistance coming off the field. But
yeah, just didn't. I mean, he didn't look the same when he got the snap.
Well, he tried to take off, and like you said, he just didn't have that. You know, anytime you have a knee injury like that, it's.
What makes that guy good is what he can do as far as cutting and stopping and full speed, explosiveness. And once again, I just hope that young man's okay. As here comes motion on a jet sweep. Hound defense all over it. Jay Grady coming from that backside, making that play.
Hey, big time stop there by the Hound defense. Grady along with others in there on the tackle.
He lost a 2, 2nd and 12 for the Colts.
About a little stop here, Hound. 2nd down, 12 to go here.
Will Ralph throw the football on 2nd and 12?
He can throw it.
Here's the snap. He's looking to throw, and he's going to the end zone. It's thrown up to Harris. What a great job there by Greer. He's beat, swats it away last second. Great defensive play. Well, and I want to put him in the clubhouse for the John Miner hustle play because that right there could be the difference in the game.
Absolutely. Just a big-time play by Trey Greer right there, Hayden. There aren't very many athletes in the state of Arkansas that can guard that guy one-on-one on a 50-50 ball and bat it away.
3rd and 12.
Here's the snap. Ralph rolling out to his right, going to Harris on the slant. He's met there near the 10-yard line. And now a 4th down and 3. Seen a couple times there where Buddha just runs a slant and they're just trying to get him in space, catch it, and make one guy miss. Now 4th and 3. Hound defense wants a timeout. Not a bad timeout. Been the biggest play of the game thus far.
Well, I mean, it's one of those do or die plays. I mean, really, these guys score again. They go up by their third score. If you hold them and the Hounds get another quick one, then you're within one, and then anything can happen. Anything can happen in a two-score game. When you get down by 3, you got to have a lot of things happen for you to get back in the game, and you really don't have to on a two-score game. You just got to keep playing and do what you do best and hope you can get a stop somewhere along the way. So it's a very good timeout, and it's a play coming up that, I mean, you expect Booter to get the ball, but you also, you know, they might just run the ball right up the middle. They've had great success running the football up there. Hate it for Jaden Young, I really do. Just an outstanding player. And he went back in and tried to make it work, and he just couldn't do it.
Yeah, you might even see Latham call his own number here to the boundary.
Big play in the football game, guys.
Latham rolling out to his right, looking to throw. There's a hold, and they're going to get it. I think he had enough to move the chains initially, but it was definite hold there on Jessen. Now the question's going to be, where's the spot? Because obviously if he didn't get it, Hounds will take the ball there.
Out.
But I think this is a holding on both. It's going to offset, and you hate that.
Well, I know it came from 2 different officials. The referee threw one, linesman threw one.
So you got another chance at it. Here comes motion man. Long count, Hounds don't fall. This could be a Turner Financial play with a highlight as an option. He somehow gets that out and then is going to be brought down near the 6-yard line.
They're going to get in the spot. They're going to spot it. They're going to spot it first down on his extra effort.
Oh, my.
Yep, they gave it to him.
Boy, it's just great effort by that young man. And
I think they're
first down, Hounds.
Hounds got the football.
Wow, okay, awesome. Hounds have a man down on the field here. Looks like a cramp.
Hounds with a big hold defensively.
I think Zay Greer, and boy, when that guy was going to the left, you thought that ball was holding up forever. Latham just makes an unbelievable play, but how about the Hound defense? And I just said it, Robert Turner Financial, one of the plays of the week. That will be on the list right there because that could be the difference maker in this football game. Now the question is, can the Hounds go 94?
Yeah, in one play. We got a ball game on our hands, guys.
One play would be awesome, Dave. And I felt like, once again, we had that rhythm coming out the second half. Just ran it at will almost.
And if you're Rivercrest, when you lose a guy like Jaden Young, you not only lose his physical abilities, but there's something emotionally that goes on with you. If you're a player and you go, golly gee, we've lost our leader, we've lost our guy that, makes plays for us, things aren't going well for us right now, and you might not play as well as you normally would, but hope a young man's okay.
Going to throw it out wide to Braxton. I think that was a backwards pass. Yeah, it's going to be second down from the 3.
Yes, sir.
Not a bad call there. I mean, obviously just didn't execute.
Well, anytime you're backed up in your own territory like this, there's a little bit of pressure there. You don't have as much breathing room, and
resetting the 25-second clock. We're about halfway through the third quarter. Hounds with the only points here in the quarter.
This is a Jay Grady handoff, if you're asking me, Ben.
This is a 97-yard run right here by 7.
On a toss sweep, to Greer, getting outside. Greer picking a lot of it back up near the 13-yard line.
Yeah, so now we're at very, very manageable here. 3rd down and about 4, maybe 5. Short 5, long 4.
However you want to think.
We'll see what the Hounds dial up here.
Subway coaches report, Unity Health players of the game, if we can get down there.
Well, they bring a defensive back off and bring another lineman, interior lineman in. Here's the snap, give to Greer. Greer got one man. Now Greer across the 40. Greer across midfield, cutting back. Travion Greer is going to go. Travion 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Hounds.
Touchdown.
88 yards for Travion Greer. 88 yards.
What a play and what a run by Greer right there, guys.
We're going to have officials timeout. Young man still on the turf here. Wow. Guys, it's a roller coaster in this game of football, and the Hounds were down at the bottom where you felt like there was a chance where this thing could get ugly.
95-yard drive.
Hounds answer.
One time had the ball on the 3, Dave.
That's correct. Started at the 5 and then had a penalty to the 3. Or
2.5.
Wow.
No, it was a backwards pass. Incomplete.
Oh, that's correct. Yeah. Yeah. So officially a 95-yard drive.
It's been the tale of 2 different halves here. Where the Colts felt like we were never going to slow them down at all. Hadn't let them score thus far in the second half.
Well, you go in, you make those adjustments at halftime, Hayden, and you know what you got to do as far as, you know, your adjustments that you have to make. You go in and say, okay, this is what they're doing, this is what they're lined up in, this is what we need to do to adjust, and we've done a very good job of it, of making those adjustments.
That was one of those calls where you're just waiting for Travion to get tackled because everybody's got the.
And he just kept going and going and going. But I want to remind everybody that touchdown is brought to you by Bratcher Real Estate. We covered a lot of real estate there. You can see Mary Reed, principal broker, Lauren Sampson, Mr. Joe Dupree, or Miss Caroline Young at 732 Malcolm Avenue at the corner of Malcolm and Wilkerson in Newport.
Covered 88 yards with 1 touch.
Shows you how special 7 is. Kid Flash, as we call him.
Hounds going for a deuce.
Snap. Reynolds reaching in. 2-point conversion good. 27-22. Hounds trailing by 5 with 5:16 to go in the third quarter. Guys, the Hounds have kicked the door in, and these guys are playing with a lot of heart in this second half.
Well, you can see the momentum swing. You can see the dejection on the Rivercrest players as they're coming into the screen right here. And again, losing your leader, losing your quarterback, and the guy that makes everything go for you offensively. A huge play in the football game for sure. But then again, you got to go out and do it offensively, and the Hounds have done just that. Hounds down 27-6 at the half, and then 27-14, now 27-22 after those 8 points. A little over 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Lots of time left to play.
Yeah, I was thinking so. We had 12. And Destin Jackson with a First Community Bank kickoff. Fake and an onside kick, and the Hounds don't even kick it. And now Rivercrest has great field position at the 41.
First one ever, Josh.
Not mad at the onside. The only thing with that onside is when guys are switching, rotating, you know, timing can be off just a smidge. And right there, Day-Day's just trying to kick the top of the ball and just kind of hits the side of it. First and 10 for the Colts. Here's a snap, dive play. Not a lot there. Give him 3. He fights forward, makes it 4. Now 2nd and 6. David found his microphone.
His extra microphone.
Good, Dave.
Well, how important is this drive for Rivercrest?
Yeah, I mean.
Get great field position.
Well, now on 2nd and 6, I think this is a time that you might try to go to the air. With Ralph at quarterback. We'll see what he does. This motion, the Hounds don't fall for the long count. And here's the snap. Quarterback rolling out to his right, and he throws it out to Buddha. Harris is met there, and he's going to be tackled at the 25-yard line, and that's enough to move the chains. And Harris is looking at the sideline, say, do it again.
Jaden Ralph can throw the football. Talking with Danny Graham and his crew today, and they said this kid can come in there and he can zing it.
Yeah, Harris double coverage when he's the single receiver. When they bring that motion man over here to have that second receiver, then it's a one-on-one matchup, and the Hounds don't fall for the long count. 1st and 10 from the 26 here. Snap, going to throw it out wide. One-on-one, Tavares Hardaway sits there, and it's going to be no gain on the play, now 2nd and 10.
A good job of him by breaking down, and Hardaway just breaking down, not letting the guy do anything. He kind of slips, and he just secures him to the ground. Good stop there.
You see a lot of dejection on the Rivercrest side. I mean, guy's still leading in the football game. And football's on the far hash mark. They're going to have to jog over there quickly to get the play off, but plenty of time on the 25-second clock. It's down to 12.
Quarterback rolling out to his right and tries to go to Harris on that slant route. Jaden Robinson plays it perfectly. They've hit us on that slant route several times. Jaden stays at home, now 3rd and 10.
There's a great read by Jaden there just to break up the pass. He saw it coming and he knew what was happening. You know, anytime Harris is this wide out, probably not going to run a go anything deep, probably going to come back inside over the top, you know, as a slant or drag or something. But, yeah, they've had some success with it, but not there.
On 3rd and long, under pressure, throws it. Almost picked off is Greer, and it's going to be incomplete. Now 4th down and long here for the Colts as they try to go to Harris. Do they go back to him?
I think they will, but let me say this. Buddha Harris comes away with that football, and Trey Greer just reaches in there and knocks it away.
I wish they'd have called it a fumble, Ben.
Well, it was close. It was close.
Official,
Sunday,
right immediately calls it. That way there's no confusion. I love that.
Well, on a Sunday, we'd be talking to New York, and they'd be talking about this. Did he make a football play?
Coach Carpenter fired up here on the sideline. He wants his defense to show up and show out on a big 4th down in the football game. Is Ralph going to throw it out in the flats? Young man somehow is hit, and he's 4 yards short, escapes everything, and he's going to have enough.
Well, they just made a play, and you got to give them credit. Tip your cap to them.
Well, they've just found a way. When they need a big play, they have found a way here tonight.
I mean, when he caught that ball, you would think that there is no chance. And just the second effort, that's what David always says. Those guys are trying too.
Absolutely.
It's not necessarily that we didn't make a play. That guy's trying his hardest too to get in the end zone. Quarterback calls his own number. Gain of a couple on the play near the 10-yard line. Jaden Ralph. Big Jay Grady checking in the ball game for big Jessen Russell. Bringing in the meat here. Big Mello along with Boosie coming in, giving Davion Grady and Destin Jackson a breather. I do like the depth and the guys that we play on the defensive line. I think it's imperative in 3A when you've got 6-7 guys that can go in there and do that. On 2nd down for the Colts, bunch set. Here's the handoff. Running back trying to cut back and does. And he's going to break a tackle, walk in the end zone. Colts answer.
What a football game we've had, guys. It's just been a great battle thus far with 2 minutes to go. Rivercrest makes it 33-22.
As we await the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up. And looks like it was good, and is. 34-22 with 2:02 to go in the third quarter. Don't go away, folks. We got a lot of action left.
Trying to figure out the yardage. Maybe Newport 41 yell because we.
Yeah, they went 41.
41 capped off by a 10-yard run. And hey, listen, we thought it was going to be a shootout, and then all of a sudden we didn't think it was going to be a shootout. We thought it might be a blowout, and then all of a sudden we said, well, hey, we were going to score right before the half. Had one call back. We said, hey, we didn't get that. We got to score to, coming out in the third quarter, you really need to put a drive together. The Hounds did, and then all of a sudden it started clicking. They have a guy gets hurt and then come back. It looked like things were going to fall apart for the Colts, but boy, did they make a huge, huge answer, as you just mentioned, Hayden, a huge answer.
Now, if you're the Hounds, you got to go down there and answer again. You don't want to go down 3 scores again at any point late in this game. Colts boot this one deep. It's going to be fielded inside the 15. Muffed. Hardaway picks it up. Hardaway looking for some room. Now Tavares Hardaway's got some room. Tavares refuses to go down. And he's going to be up to the 26-yard line, and that's where the Hounds will set up shop.
Well, it's a good return, good recovery there. Once the ball hit the turf, he picks it up and he finds some room and turns it into a positive. What could have been a negative into a positive. The Hounds will take over.
Well, the Hounds have found a way to get Greer the football on the outside to get him some space. When you get that kid some space, you're normally not going to be caught.
Pratt and Braxton out at receiver here for the Hounds on 1st and 10.
Greer this way.
Here's the snap. How about Big J Grady? Big J barrels forward, ball's on the ground, and the Colts look like they've got the football. Just the second effort there, and the ball comes out on the turf, and the Colts get the football.
Very, very misfortunate. Just dadgummit.
There's been a lot of highs and lows already for both teams.
No doubt about it.
Can Jaden Ralph march his trips down there again and score, or can this Hound defense step up yet again and get a big stop? I think it's a chance right here that they're going to go to 11. Ball on the ground. Hayden Kennedy there, and it's going to be a big loss for the Colts. Woo!
Almost.
To where the Hounds fumble, and you go, golly gee, and then those guys almost throw it over his head, and you go, whoa, here we go.
Just got to keep plugging, keep battling. Good things will happen. You work hard.
2nd and 20 now. Here's the snap. Ralph looking to throw. He's got time. He's going to throw it up. He's got Harris wide open. And Harris is going to be brought down inside the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
That's just a little double move by Buddha. Looked like he was going to run short.
And Greer catching a cramp there and is able to bring him down.
Just good play call and good job of Buddha selling it that he wasn't getting the ball. He just kind of jogs out there and then takes off.
Travion Greer doesn't come off the field a whole lot in this game when the guy's running for 200 yards and then having to play every snap against their best player.
Yeah, you can expect some cramps when you're playing that much.
Now 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Inside handoff, and he's going to be brought down from behind. Jay Grady and Destin Jackson on the tackle.
Big gain on 1st down.
And 7 on the play, 2nd and 3 Colts from the Greyhound 12-yard line.
I think it's going to be it for the third quarter. Rivercrest is going to run out the clock and 16 seconds to go, and we'll be right back.
It's time to roll with a degree in diesel technology from ASU Newport. Diesel trucks drive America's economy, and if you can fix it, you can start your career as a diesel technician. Diesel techs are in demand locally and nationwide, making good money with growth opportunity and job security. Enroll in an ASU Newport diesel technology program and start your rewarding career when you graduate. Register online at asun.edu. That's asun.edu. Enroll and start out at ASU Newport.
It's on like Donkey Kong, boys. What you say? You need a pickup truck? You want to buy one? Well, hey, come on down here to George Kelton, okay? He's got GMC, he's got Chevrolet. You know, I'll fix it right up. Look, here's what we're gonna do. Yo, no, that's too much. No, you're quoting figures that are too high. I'm gonna go lower that. Open your ears, take the truck and drive off the lot. Step approved, boys. Move out. Hey, Elliot, I just sold one.
GMC, we are professional grade.
Somebody's going to leave with a big conference victory tonight. When the Hounds play Osceola this coming week at home. Last we heard that Walnut Ridge was over Osceola playing at Walnut Ridge, I believe. 18-7 at the half. Going to be second down and short. From the 12. Need a fumble.
Here's the snap. Quarterback running ahead. And he's going to have enough to move the chains inside the 10. They'll mark him at the 7. Just started the fourth quarter over at Walnut Ridge. It's 24-14 Walnut Ridge.
It's going to be first down and goal for the Colts here from the 7-yard line.
And Walnut Ridge has the football. Here's the snap, and on a jet sweep here to Buda Harris. Buda Harris is going to get in the end zone. Touchdown Colts.
On the 7-yard touchdown run.
11:32 to go. Score is 40-22 Rivercrest as we await the extra point attempt.
Well, we talked about Buda in the very beginning of the intro. I mean, he's just one of those guys that can make plays and makes them as a receiver, makes them as a ground gainer. Tremendous player.
Snap, hold, kick is up and is good. 41-22 with 11:32 to go. Now, where the Hounds, had this thing close, within 5. Now trailing 3 scores. Now a lot of things got to go correctly.
A lot of things have to go your way, and you can't afford to give them any breaks, and they can't afford to have any breaks. You can't afford for them to have any breaks.
We'll give those guys credit for converting on the turnover. And again, I want to thank Danny Graham and his staff and all the folks over here that brought us drinks up, big cooler full of water and Gatorade. Danny, the son of longtime Rivercrest coach, Coach Graham. He talked a little bit to us before the game about him playing for his dad.
Another First Community Bank kickoff, and Day-Day Braxton will field it. He's going to be met at the 31-yard line, and the Hounds will take over there.
11:24 to go here in the contest. Can the Hounds score quickly here, Hayden? I think that's kind of going to be the idea, try to get it in the end zone pretty quick.
First and 10, Greyhounds from the 31-yard line.
Just takes one long one, a pop, just one pop. Not back in it.
Fake and an underneath handoff ball on the ground. Day does pick it up, and Day going to fight forward and get 3 on the play.
We played 3 quarters and we're into the 4th, but what a well officiated ball game by Brad Davidson and his crew. And
it's probably the best crew I've seen all year in any game I've called, David.
Well, they're on the spot. They know where to get. They know what to look for. They're experienced. And they've got a great leader.
On second down, give to Greer between the tackles. Greer, shifty running, and that's a Newport small engine first down.
We mentioned about the guns and ammo out at small engine. Talked with James this week, said make sure you remind them of that on top of all the great service that they do on lawn and garden equipment, lawnmowers. A great selection of new products as well.
Fake, and Reynolds on a little play action, throwing it out to Day. Day, what a move. Day still on his feet, and he's got another Newport small engine first down across the 40 inside Colt territory at the 38.
Love the play call, love the design there, just to get Day out in the flat. And nice move by him, making the guy a couple miss there.
Ball is down on Colt 38-yard line.
As Day comes out, like Samaj Morgan coming in. Ham's got to be a little quicker here to the ball. Here's a snap, give to Greer. Greer wasn't nothing from the get-go. So they're going to give him 1 on the play.
Good sportsmanship there by a Rivercrest Colt and a Newport Greyhound.
And make it 2nd and 9.
Set Nemo in for Samaj.
That's correct. From the 37. Here's the snap. Reynolds looking to throw. He's going to go up to Tavares. Tavares Hardaway comes down with it. What a play there by Tavares.
You know, just a great job by that guy creating some separation as the football gets there. And the ball was perfectly placed by Reynolds. I've seen him do it every week in pregame. He throws that ball that you just nobody can catch but the receiver, and that was one of those balls. Just a great job, Luke. Good job, Tavares.
3 or 4 step drop. Great protection by the offensive line. Put it on the money, and the guy went up and got it. Thing's still not over. A lot of time left.
On 1st and goal. Greer trying to get outside, and he's not going to be able to. And brought back. They're going to give him some forward progress.
Played well there by Rivercrest.
Looks like it's at the 8. And Greer getting up slowly. I think he's all right.
And a big semi giving us.
I do have to say the new field here is obviously a lot better than the old field they had at Rivercrest.
Well, it's a class place right here for sure.
Luke Reynolds, and he's hit at the 5-yard line.
Love the setup, love where it is. You're just driving down the highway, you look, we can see the freeway, you look north, and as far as you can see, it looks like
where you're just so fortunate at Newport, in my opinion, is the 2 press boxes.
Oh, yes,
and
absolutely.
you don't see that anywhere in 3A, even 4A.
Right, or
football.
anywhere really.
And sometimes when we go play those 5A schools, they don't have it. On 3rd and goal from the 7. Fake, and we're going to throw the jump pass to Jessen. Jessen wide open, and the Hounds go get 6.
Hounds not going away here, folks. You're going to keep battling. That's what you got to do. You just got to have some things go your way. You got to keep putting points on the board, and you got to come up with a stop here, Hayden.
People in high school football do not guard tight ends in the backs out. I'm telling you.
I know. I was a tight end.
That's been for 50 years. I know you're wide open every time. It's just tough, especially when you got a guy like Greer who tight end just keeps hitting you, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I got him.
Yeah, you
and
had him.
2-point conversion. Greer walks in. Hounds now 41-30, trailing by 11. We'll see what we can do here. Boy, it'd be the perfect time for one of those huddle rougher. And I know the guys that are listening at home that know that played, it was awesome. Because you have that guy that's in the middle, and you're huddled up, and everyone's looking at you, and there's only one guy facing them, and you call it, and all 11 guys run at that one guy, you go, I mean, what do you do?
Well, you hope you can just fall on it or it goes past you.
And quick story, in 8th grade, Alex Nicholson, he would kick off for us, and he hit the middle guy trying to kick it deep. I swear 6 or 7 times, and it hit off their helmet and we'd recover it. Just kick it as hard as he could, and that middle guy would turn around and hit him right in the back of the helmet.
Oh, well, I hope that happens right here.
I would love nothing more.
Jackson will kick off.
We got 11? We do have 11. It's on the ground. It looks like the Hounds have got a chance. I think the Hounds have the football. Hounds are signaling that we have the football.
Greyhound football. Hayden, we called it off his helmet.
Can that be the fathead collision of the week? We hadn't had one. Who got the football?
I don't know.
Was that Day-Day? I think Day-Day got the football there.
I don't know who had it, but I can tell you this. I'm glad that referee signaled Newport football. We just talked about it.
Hit it off his helmet.
Hit it off his helmet. Sometimes it happens, and what do you do in that situation? Most of the time you panic. Come on, Hounds. Go 7:21 to go, guys. Rivercrest leads 41-30.
Here's the snap. Give to Greer. Greer. Ball on the ground. I think Rivercrest has the football. Rivercrest gets the football. And it just seems like when we get one break, they get 5.
It's been that way all night, Hayden, and that's just that's sports. That's high school sports. It's youth sports. It's just sometimes things just don't go your way.
Wow. Get an onside kick, and it's kind of like life.
Kind of like life, David. Can't always get what you want.
No ups and downs.
But according to the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones, you get what you need.
Timeout here for the Colts with 7:12 to go in the contest.
A lot of time left in the football game, guys. Anything can happen. We've seen it this far. I mean,
yeah, that's fair to say, Ben. We've seen all of it.
I'm eager to see how crazy this thing can get.
You know, I just wish it'd go a little more crazy in our direction being good. It seems like those guys have just got a couple more breaks than us.
Well, and sometimes that's what it boils down to is who catches the most breaks, whether it's football, baseball, basketball. I mean, the team that executes doesn't always catch the most breaks.
Well, you do the hard part, which is recover an onside kick. That's the hard part. And then, you know, and just sometimes you just cough it up. I mean, that's just part of the game. It's just.
Well, I can assure you the guys from Rivercrest were trying to strip that football.
Absolutely.
They're trying to take it away from you right there.
Well, you just go back to right there at half. You got a touchdown. That's another 6, possibly 8, where we just had a lineman that got downfield. And then you go back here to where we stop them on 4th down, and then we fumble the football. I mean, and then right there, you cover an onside kick, you fumble the football. I mean,
Tavares Hardaway comes out of the ball game with some help. He is down on the sidelines over there. Looks like maybe just a cramp.
On 1st and 10. Expect Buddha on a jet sweep. Long count, and it looked like Rivercrest moved first. False start against the Colts.
And there's one of our breaks right there, Hayden.
And I don't think they had 7 men on the line of scrimmage either way. Buddha was on and then had to check off. On 1st and 15. Snap, quarterback with a big hole. And tough run as he's going to be near midfield. Not near enough for a 1st down, but a big gain back.
Well, it puts you in a good position if you're the offensive coordinator or the offensive guy here. Your playbook opens up big time when it's 2nd down and 5 as opposed to 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, big run there for Ralph.
He's come in and played well.
Motion, long count, Hounds don't fall.
Buddha one-on-one at the bottom.
Here's the snap, Ralph again. Ralph's not going to have enough. It's now 3rd down and a couple. It's Luke Sampson in on the tackle, Trey Henderson. We got a young man still on the turf here for the Hounds.
Jaden Robinson knifing across that line of scrimmage there, and first man there. And we'll just keep it right here momentarily while trainer looks at the possible injury. And a pretty good crowd on hand across the way.
Quick little jog over here to Wilson, Arkansas.
There's Josh Nation with the camera work. Great crowd on hand for the Hounds.
Are we technically in Osceola?
No, we're just right outside of Wilson.
I thought
Wilson's right here.
I thought when I pulled it up on the maps, it said I was in Osceola.
They playing at Walnut Ridge or at O's?
At Walnut Ridge. I'll look right now. But our good friends over there at Seminole Nation.
Love me some Seminole Nation.
Those 40-20, Walnut Ridge leading. 4:43 to go. Yeah, that's over there in Lawrence.
Up there in Lawrence County.
3rd down, and they're running some clock here.
Not a bad idea with everything that's happened. High snap, and he's immediately hit. Now 4th down and 7. What do the Colts do?
Now you got to punt. You got to punt right here, and the Hounds are going to get the football back with a chance.
Well, we thought that earlier, too, and those guys had a lot of faith in getting it.
I know this. You put somebody on Buddha Harris, and then you put somebody else over there with him and say, hey, you guys, do not let this guy catch the football, whatever you do. Trey, you stay with him.
I don't think they're punting it.
They're going for it, guys. Buddha Harris right here all the way.
I think they're going to run the 25-second clock all the way off. They're not running a play here, guys, I promise you.
Harris in motion, long count.
They're not running a play.
And a timeout.
Well, they only had 2 left, not that they needed one, but I thought maybe they might just go ahead and take a 5-yard penalty, and that leads me to believe that they may go for it. But I just don't think you can do that here up by 11, and you don't want to give the Hounds the football in plus territory. Hounds have punted a couple of times tonight. We've not seen the punting team on for Rivercrest all night. And obviously, if you look at their scores, they haven't punted a lot the whole year. So
it's the largest deficit tonight, 21. Is that correct? Cut it to as low as 5.
27-6.
So 21.
Yes.
Me and old Kennett talked about that. Old Coach Black talked about one of the Hounds teams coming back down 21-0 at the half. Can the Hounds make a comeback here, trailing at 21 at one point?
Well, when these guys have to punt, I promise you, they don't. I'm not saying they don't work on this, but they haven't had to work on it much in a football game.
Good snap. They do boot it away. And Braxton going to pick it up at the 15. Now Braxton with some room. Now Day-Day across the 30, 35, 40, makes the guy miss, and now he's still on his feet. Day-Day's only got one man to beat. Day-Day Braxton is going to be missed from behind, and Day-Day finally falls down at the 35. Never knew when he was going to do it. Oh, my goodness.
What a return there by Day-Day Braxton.
Yeah, and a Colt player almost knocks out a Colt player.
He
there.
sure did.
He was coming to lay the boom, and Day-Day just hit a little whoop.
That's a great return there by Day-Day, man.
He's a human joystick. I mean,
absolutely.
Whoop, whoop,
yep,
whoop.
he just stops and turns it back on and can go the other way instantaneously.
Jason Russell, he's
a little slow to get up there, but man, just to get off on his own wheel.
You know, for a cool night, both teams have caught a lot of cramps.
Yes. Guys, Hounds are right in this thing. Here we go. Let's go. 35 yards away from pay dirt.
Can we catch a break here late, Hayden?
You really don't have to score quickly, but you just need to score with, quickly.
That's fair. Here's a snap. Fake, and they got Nemo Cry wide open and just through his hands. Oh, what a play call.
It was beautiful.
Oh.
It was beautiful.
We've seen it all night long, that little quick hitch with a blocker out front. Hounds do the...
When is the break coming our way, Dave?
We needed a break there. We needed a break.
Oh, man, it was wide open. And sometimes it just doesn't work. Sometimes when it's wide open, those are the hardest ones to complete because you know it's 6.
Josh Austin in the booth up here with us, and that was just an absolute wonderful call. Samaj goes back in tight, single coverage at the bottom.
Ball on the ground, and the Hounds do get this one now, 3rd down and 11.
Greyhound come up with a recovery. 3rd down and 11.
Third and 11.
What do you draw up here, Hayden?
Well,
Greer out of the backfield.
I like the fake tunnel, throw it deep again.
Try it again. Oh.
But you got all 4 to get it, so give this to Greer, and Greer is going to pick a lot of it up right here. He's going to be just short, looks like 4th, maybe 2. So not a bad call there because you know obviously we're not going to punt the football, and the Hounds call their 2nd timeout. Don't really know about that one there with 3:41 to go in the 4th.
Well, you just want to make sure you got the correct play call in. You got to make sure that you got the right personnel in the game. You got to get a first down. I mean, it's just simple as that. 3:41, you trail by 11, you're still in a football game.
If you give it to Big 31, do you trust the senior to go get you a couple?
Josh Nation said he does. I do too.
I think it's 6 carrying the football somewhere.
I mean, the quarterback sneak that we ran earlier on the goal line, he could have ran 50 yards.
Yeah, he never even remotely came close to being tackled.
A real quick quarterback draw, running left maybe.
Here we go.
This is fun, guys. This is fun. That's what it's all about.
From the 27, toss play to Greer. Greer got one man to beat, does, and he's got enough for the first down. A Newport small engine first down. And what a game tonight by Travion Greer.
Well, when the Hounds need a big play, he's come up with it, Hayden.
That's fair. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad call when you just run toss sweep and say, Travion, I need you to beat that guy and get me two.
Good job of blocking out here.
I know 7 will sleep good tonight. He's done it on both sides of the field. And he's going to throw it out wide to Nemo, and Nemo, they're going to say that he did catch it, and there's going to be a fumble, and Rivercrest is going to go the other way and get 6. I thought maybe an incomplete pass, but once again, you talk about the highs and lows. Rivercrest has just had way too many highs to overcome.
Absolutely, Hayden. Just has not gone our way, and
has nothing to do with the effort. I thought the Hounds have battled and battled and battled and battled all night long. Just hadn't had things go our way. And like David said early in the broadcast, that's life. The thing is, can the Hounds learn from that? When you get hit on the chin, do you take it or do you go back and fight? I mean, that's what it boils down to. And we'll see if this Hound team will still fight here with 3:21. You know the greatest thing about this, Dave? We get to play next Friday night.
Absolutely.
Snap, hold, kick is up and is good. Now 48-30.
I'm going to go down and see if Coach wants to do an interview. If he doesn't want to, and if he can't, that'll be all right.
See you, Dave.
We got it up here, D-Black. We'll be waving our red flag.
We'll try to do what we can do. I just got to get the old script out. Just very unfortunate, Ben. I don't think, like I said.
Well, we've put ourselves in a position to have success. We're working hard. Our effort's there. That we just didn't catch the breaks that we needed to catch them when we needed to catch them. And these guys did.
Colts going to kick this one deep. Fielder around the 21 is Day-Day. Braxton. Tough run as he gets up to the 38-yard line. First and 10 for the Hounds from there. Do stick around for the Jackson's Funeral Home post-game show. And also might have the post-game Subway Unity if we can get that in. Sometimes when you're on the road like this, it's hard as far as you try to wrangle 40 kids to get on a bus and get out of here. First and 10, fake. Reynolds rolling out with a lot of room, and Luke going to run this one out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
Luke Reynolds on the carry, going out of bounds.
Giving 5 on the play, 2nd and 5.
Getting 5 on the play, 2nd and 5 for the Greyhounds from their own 44.
Trey Henderson checking in. Travion Greer now. Here's the snap. Reynolds going to throw the quick out to Tavares. Tavares across midfield into Colt territory, and that's another Newport small engine first down.
Not a positive. Clock will stop when he goes out of bounds there. 3:04 to play here.
First and 10, Greyhounds from the Colts 49.
Bobbled snap. Reynolds does pick it up. He's going to hurl this one deep to Tavares. Tavares can't come down with it.
Reynolds does a good job recovering there and just getting rid of it and not taking the sack. Hardaway diving to the turf to try to make a play there for the Hounds. Clock stops at 2:57 on the incomplete pass.
2nd and 10 for the Greyhounds from the Colts 49.
Well, what a game here for 8 for the Hounds. I mean, he's been a big help as a 10th grader stepping up here to Tavares Hardaway. Toss sweep out to Greer. Greer being patient, looking for a hole. And Greer finally going to be wrestled down. Give him 8 on the play.
Clock moving now under 2:40 to go.
Third and a couple. Fake, play action. Luke under pressure. He's going to throw this one out to Nemo Cright. Nemo trying to make something happen. Nemo's going to have a Newport small engine first down. A little shaken up on that one, but enough to move the chains.
That's a good play call, good execution there by the Hounds. Just find Nemo out here in the flats. Luke scrambling, avoiding a rusher.
Yeah, under 2 to go here. Snap, fake, Reynolds got time looking to throw, and he's hit as he throws it incomplete.
Tavares Hardaway does a good job right there just getting a hand on the football and preventing the pick. Ball was hit coming out of Reynolds' hands in the backfield. Could have been Rivercrest football right there. Minute 47 to go. 2nd down and 10 for the Hounds.
From the 35. Fake. Going to try to throw this one to Nemo. Nemo, he comes down with it this time. And Nemo Cright not giving up as the Hounds knocking on the door at the 13-yard line. Well, that was the one that it felt like they covered it well. Nemo still went and made a play.
Well, they had 3 guys on him.
Nemo Cright on the reception.
1:38 to go.
Ball is out on the Colt 13-yard line.
Snap, Reynolds rolling out to his left, now cutting back to his right. Luke Reynolds is going to stick his head down, dives in the end zone, touchdown Hounds.
Tremendous effort there by Reynolds.
He's not quitting, I assure you that.
Well,
Six
none of these
is
Hounds.
Exhausted.
And a lot of these guys playing both ways tonight here at Rivercrest. Just gutsy performance, not quitting, not giving up, just that extra effort. And I commend them for that.
You know, I've always said, you know, playing both ways, you can do all the conditioning and running that you want. It will never prepare you to play both ways.
No. You can't be in shape enough. You can play all year both ways and still, at the end of the game, you're wore out.
Hounds to go for 2 here. There's a toss sweep to Greer. Greer's got the corner, and he's going to walk in. Hounds cutting it to 10 with 1:31 to go. You're waiting for it to come our way. What if it does it right now?
I believe it will.
And obviously, it's still a 2-score game. The Hounds would have to recover and score quick enough to kick another onside and recover and score in some capacity. So the task at hand is not impossible. I think Rivercrest wants to use their third and final timeout. Now, obviously, these guys recover the football. Hounds will take their first conference loss.
But if the Hounds recover the football, it's been a great game either way. Win, lose, or draw, you got to commend both ball clubs on a.
I think we knew this was the type of game that it was going to be, and it's lived up to the hype for sure.
You know, a lot of times when you think it's going to be a high-scoring game, or sometimes when you think it's going to be a high-scoring game, you come out and then it's a defensive battle. And then other times you think, well, this is going to be a defensive battle, and it turns into a shootout. But I'm pretty sure that everybody knew that both these offenses were explosive and can score on any play at any time. And they've both proven that here tonight.
Well, I know Osceola's got their first conference loss against the Bobcats now. Hounds do have Ose at home next week. A little onside again, and it is recovered by Rivercrest. They should be able to knee this thing out. And bearing something going crazy right here. The Hounds are going to, like we said, take that first conference loss. And we've got a chance next week to play the Osceola team who just took their conference loss. So, I mean, you expect a game, especially next Friday night at legendary Greyhound Field, between a team that's got a lot of history, the Newport Greyhounds and the Osceola Seminoles.
Yeah, I made my one trip to Ose this year.
They knee this, and 42nd, and they can roll it down here. Inside 40 seconds or so. What a gutsy performance, Ben. I mean, you talk about, you know, the Hounds just didn't have the breaks go their way, and when you felt like good things were coming our way, we just got hit with adversity. But I'll say one thing about this Hound team is they never quit, and that's something you can hang your hat on, because these are the type of games that test you when you go to play, you know, across the state in a playoff game. And they could let this thing, before they start the 40, let it get under, and they will, so they don't have to run another play. Hats off to the Colts. They come in here on their home field and protect it and get it taken care of. And I also want to say, you know, as far as Jaden Young over there, the Rivercrest Colts, I hope that young man is okay. There's nothing worse seeing than a young man go down with a knee injury like that, and I hope that young man is healthy the duration of the season. Never want to see anything like that for a kid, and they can walk off if they want to, and that's what they'll do. And the Hounds fall, and we'll have the postgame report coming right up. Hounds fall here 48-38 on the road at Rivercrest. I mean, you talk about the adversity. Hounds trailing at one point 27-6, and then make it 27-14, 27-22. And just when you felt like it was going the right direction, the Colts make it 34-22 and then 41-22. But not so fast, men. The Hounds cut it 41-30 and then 48-30 and then 48-38. Hounds never gave up tonight. I mean, obviously a lot of guys having to go both ways. What a gutsy performance. We're going to have to give the John Miner Senior Hustle Award winner to Travion Greer and what he did batting that ball away. And I think on the Fathead Collision of the Week, the kickoff team, I think Day-Day Braxton recovered that, the ball that was ricocheted. So we'll give it to Day-Day, and we'll see if David Black has time to do the post-game interview.
Okay. Am I on, I guess? Is that what you're pointing to tell me? Okay, we are on for the post-game report, the Unity Health Player of the Game. We're not going to have a Unity Health Player of the Game. We are going to visit with Coach Reardon momentarily. 48-38, just a big victory for the Rivercrest Colts tonight. I got to turn back around this way so you can hear me. Having some technical difficulties. I'm coming back this way, but Coach said he would take a few moments to talk about the game tonight. It looked like it was going to be all Rivercrest early, and then the Hounds just came roaring back and cut it to a 5-point lead, and just it was Rivercrest a lot late, but 48-38 final score. You know, the Hounds will drop to 1-1 in the conference with Osceola coming in next week, but we're waiting on Coach Reardon to talk just a little bit about the game tonight. And our kids played very, very hard, very, very, very difficult to come into play in a hostile atmosphere like tonight. We just hope that their quarterback, Jaden Young, is going to be okay. A lot of our kids came over to tell him, wish him well, and I thought it was great sportsmanship by the Hounds. Our kids came over and just hope that he's going to be okay, because he is a tremendous football player, and he's really a guy that makes those guys go. And we just wish him the best. We wish the Rivercrest Colts the very best. And again, thanks to Danny Graham and all his bunch for helping us get set up and making sure we had a good spot up in the press box. I'm still okay. Give me a thumbs up if we're still okay. Still okay? All right, good enough. We're waiting on Coach. He's coming right now. I'll wait on him and get him over to about right here. But he is on his way. Coach, good to see you. Anytime you lose a football game, it's not what we wanted, but a pretty darn good football team on both sides of the ball tonight. And our kids played hard. We got to give our kids credit.
Yeah, you know, we could have laid down, what was it, 28-6? I mean, 27-6. We scored a touchdown at half. We self-induced penalty right there. Nothing that even affected the play, but it's a rule, so we broke it. Had to pay the dues. We got to play smarter football. We got to hang on to the football. You know, you don't come and play a team like that and make those dumb mistakes and win. Nobody will. So we have closed the gap with, I think, what is a quality, you know, conference champion type team. Hope for a little luck, you know, in the conference to still have a chance, and I think we will. I believe OCL's pretty dang good. Walnut Ridge pretty dang good. Some other teams, Hoxie might have something to say about it too. So all we can do is handle our business with OCL next week. Get back to work. Keep your eye on them.
Hey, Coach, listen, I appreciate you taking time to join us. I mean, it's a 48-38 in favor of the Colts, and, you know, when their kid goes out, and you hate to see their best player go out like that. We had a lot of our kids come over and talk to him at the conclusion of the game. I thought that was great sportsmanship on our part.
Is he still over here? I may go say something in a minute. I think he's going to be all right. It looked like he banged his knee pretty hard, so I hope he's fine. He's a heck of a ball player. Probably the best we'll see all year.
He is, Coach. I appreciate you taking time to join us. And as always, go Hounds.